How's everybody feeling right now? Are you guys excited to see Nipsey Hussle? All right, then I need you guys all to put your hands together for Nipsey Hussle. Hey.
What's up, everybody? What's cracking? What's cracking? I like that hat, bro. Yeah, that's right. Love. Hell yeah. What's up?
We are officially, what, a week and a half away?
Yeah, like 8 days. I'm a little bit over a week, yeah.
Victory Lap in stores, available to all of y'all.
Yeah, pre-order that thing, man. ASAP. Yeah.
Now, I know you just dropped the track list.
Not yet. I ain't put it out yet. It's coming out. Well, I ain't gonna say when. It's coming out soon, though.
You gonna put it out soon?
Real soon.
Okay, well then maybe somebody showed me a sneak peek or something because
you get the inside info.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
So how has this whole process been for you? Because you've been talking about this album for a few months now.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been grinding, just trying to get the word out for you. Like, what are you most excited about for this album?
Really just letting everybody hear the music. You know, I feel like I never put so much into a project. You know, I've been on a mixtape grind since I came into the game.
Right.
And this being my first album, you know, we did a partnership with Atlantic Records. So I just wanted everything to be elevated, you know, musically, lyrically, the production, the concepts, the features.
Right.
And I feel like we accomplished that. So I'm just excited to, you know, unleash the music and let everybody hear what we did.
Have you been getting clapback from fans because you did the deal with Atlantic?
Well, I mean, just for clarity, I'm signed to All Money In for life. I got a Suge Knight deal with my label.
Okay.
But you know, my label partnered up with Atlantic Records, so we did a strategic partnership.
Okay.
You know, so I ain't been getting no negative feedback about it. I think my fans wanted to see me take what I was doing to the next level.
Okay.
And you know, I waited as long as I waited so that we could do, you know, a partnership as opposed to a traditional artist signing to a label situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on that, because I know knowing people from Atlantic, they do a lot of big things, so I can see a lot of bright things in your future.
Thank you. Yeah, but I'm in good company up there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, because you mentioned waiting, it just brought to my mind that you were one of the first people to talk about cryptocurrency.
Right.
And my sister, for instance, invested a few years ago. She bought Bitcoin for like, I think it was $600 a share.
Oh, she passed.
And so now when it's up to 10 racks plus, like, how do you project that, especially the urban youth who are like, cryptocurrency, what if I can't touch it? You know what I mean?
I mean, it's just something that this is the infant stage of that whole category. It's an investment category, so you know, educate yourself. Obviously, don't just follow what nobody say. But I feel like, you know, to get in Apple really early, or to get in Uber, or to get in any one of these companies that ended up becoming so major, you know, you hear them stories about how beneficial being early was. And so I just wanted to be vocal about the opportunity and just, like, you know what I mean, let everybody hear somebody that's in rap and that's in hip hop talking about it, so it'll hit their consciousness, and if anything, they just go do their research about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you sell off any of your Bitcoin when it hit its peak a couple weeks ago?
I didn't know it had hit its peak. I knew it was growing. I'm like, it's gonna go to 100,000. We gonna hit it lit. But I mean, I'm in it for the long run though, so I'm just chilling. I ain't looking to cash out no time soon. I'm gonna just pay attention to where, you know, like I said, I think it can continue to grow. Imagine when you could go to Rouse and spend Bitcoin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's that gonna do to the price of the coin? So I think that when they like integrate more places you can actually spend it, the value gonna shoot up even more.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's one thing I've been watching a lot of lately. I've been doing a lot of investing. Personally, I invested in Netflix a year plus ago.
Oh yeah.
Your girl's eating. So
yeah, you on your stuff. You remodeling the house, I heard. You know what I mean?
It's not secret. I'm just saying.
My bad.
So that's one thing about Nipsey. Like, it's not just about rap. He's actually educated on what's going on in tech and what's going on in financing. So I know you started your own program where you're basically trying to update, or excuse me, educate our youth on technology and how to break into that field. Like, what made you want to do that?
Yeah, so the program is called Too Big to Fail, and I didn't start it. I was brought into it. It was started by an investor and a real estate developer named Dave Gross.
Yeah.
And we just were sitting next to each other at the Laker game, and he like, Nip, you know, I'm a fan of the music, and this what I got going on. Let me come by the office, let me show it to you. And when I saw the vision, it was like, to sum it up, it's basically a bridge to connect inner city LA youth to the opportunities in Silicon Valley. Because to ever be able to get a job at Google or Facebook or any one of these companies like Apple, you got to get trained early on science, technology, engineering, and math. Because it's like a 10, 15-year learning curve for them things. You can't start. I mean, you can start whenever, but you really behind if you start late. You know, so these people that end up working there, you know, they got trained from elementary school.
Right.
You know, so we just want to be able to create a center where these young kids can come tap in, and it's multi-level. This one part of it is it's like a co-working space, kind of like WeWork.
Yeah.
So you know, entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs in the area could rent office space, and then the other level is the STEM center where they could just get training and just get educated on science, technology, engineering, and math.
To prepare them for the future.
Yeah,
especially because that's one field that I was just talking to a friend of mine. He was the only black graduate out of his entire class in engineering or tech field, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And so that program is actually really important because it'll help influence those numbers in the future.
100%, and it's right in my neighborhood I grew up in too. So, it's an old bread factory that we remodeled. It's 5,000 square feet.
That's dope.
So it's an epic thing. We're gonna actually open the doors the day before the album release on February 15th.
That's one thing about you I noticed with you. When you do things or when you try to start other business ventures, you try to do it in your own hood. Like, let's talk about your Marathon store.
Yeah. So the Marathon store, the hat he got on, the Crenshaw hat, that's where we sell all of our products at. And the idea, obviously, was to have a retail space for the apparel line that we started, which is called the Marathon Clothing.
Yeah.
But then even a step further, the Marathon store was the world's first smart store. You know what I mean? So with that, again, it's a complex idea, but to sum it up, is basically you could walk into the store, there's an app that you download, and content is integrated into the whole store. So his hat, the shirts, you can take your app and you can put the app up to the logo and stream content.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so like, I got the album coming out. I could say the album's dropping on the 16th, but from the 12th to the 16th, anybody that go buy a Crenshaw hat, I'm gonna have an exclusive record off the album that y'all can stream early. Instead of giving the exclusive to iTunes or to Spotify, no disrespect, but to be able to create something, within our fan base and our consumer base.
Right.
So, yeah, it's
exclusive to y'all.
Yeah, exactly. So we opened that June 16th of last year. So we've been open less than a year.
Are you going to expand? Are you thinking about opening up more stores?
Yeah, definitely. That's the goal, is to have, a national retail presence. The goal is to have 10 of those stores in the United States. And, so when I drop an album, I don't know if y'all familiar, one of my projects I sold it for $100. It was called Crenshaw. So imagine if I'd have had 10 Marathon stores across the country,
right,
and I dropped 1,000 of those units in each store at $100 each, we would have made $1 million in one day. You know what I mean? We made 100,000 off one of our stores. So if we was able to do that in 9 other markets, we'd have been able to clear $1 million in one day, outside of iTunes, outside of the streaming, and just to create the opportunity to be, a self-contained retail operation.
That's crazy, because I remember when you did that and everybody was like, $100 for an album. Like, somebody in the audience was like, damn.
They bashed me.
Right. They tried to bash you, but when they saw that you were successful with it, it was like, whoa, hold on. Maybe I should take note on what he's doing over here, because he's really reaching his fans. Like, his fans are really supporting him by any means possible. Yeah. So for you, like, do you feel like you're trying to, or you're unintentionally setting a bar for your fans and your hip hop, and like how you as a music mogul should be moving?
I think that's part of it.
Pushing the bar? Yeah,
I think definitely to push the bars is one of the goals, to be forward and to be ahead of the curve and to be innovative.
Right.
And then also, it's a lot of value as artists and as creators that the traditional business model, we leave a lot of that value on the table. So you got to create your own way to get that value and to monetize, what you're doing, because it's more than one way to skin a cat, So I think that the $100 album, or, the apparel line, or the things that we've been doing is just other ways to, create income and to monetize the connection that the music create.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is super dope. But I'm personally excited for the music because we've been talking about this album for months now,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah.
Everybody's ready for this album to drop. Am I wrong?
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So, do you want to start playing tracks for the fans?
Yeah, I got the phone right here. I don't know how y'all want me to do it. If y'all want me to go in order, or you just want me to play a couple of my favorites, y'all tell me what y'all rather do.
I want to hear your favorites.
My favorites? All right, we're going to do that then. So, yeah, one of the things I just, when I made this album, I thought about what I love about classic rap albums and just classic albums in general. And one of the things I love is like when people take their classic records and they do part twos, you know. So one of my favorite records on the album is thank y'all. Y'all can clap, man. Y'all can make some motherfucking noise, man. You feel me? Go ahead.
So, based on what you just said, so you were at the beach 20 deep.
20 deep.
One of the homies got shot 3 times?
Yeah. We had a big old, you know, it was a big old gang fight years ago. And it turned into a shootout. And that's just the story of what happened from the beach to the hospital and the conversation that took place and everything. But yeah, that's a true story.
Did he make it?
Yeah, he lived. He survived.
Okay.
I don't think I'd have rapped about a homicide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to be weird with
Yeah.
you, but yeah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but that
Making sure,
he
'cause
made
you know.
it. He made it. Yeah, he's all right.
Okay. So, obviously you probably given more of yourself or more of your actual story that you might have held from fans previously on the album?
Yeah,
you say that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the album is really a collection of stories.
Okay.
When I really listen back, it's really I think what makes me unique and what makes me you know, special in rap and hip hop is just what took place before, and you know what I mean, the path of us getting here, and just the valleys and peaks and every, you know what I mean, what we went through. So I wanted to really go into detail on the album and just talk about them things so that people could get an understanding of why it's incredible that I got a real national debut about to happen in a couple days, and
Right.
you know, stand here as an entrepreneur. I got a joint venture with the label, and in spite of everything that took place, you know what I mean? So I think what was most important on the album was to just tell them stories.
Which is dope.
Yeah, thank you.
So, what is the next song you want to get into?
So we gotta make a deal about this next one. I don't know. So it's a feature on this one, and if y'all could keep a secret, I'll play this. I know that's asking a lot. Y'all might.
That
just
means
tell
no
me.
tweets.
Yeah, if y'all can, you feel me? And I know it's cool to run back and, man, I guess what? Just 8 days, I want to keep it low, but I want to share this with y'all. So can y'all agree to just keep it between us? You know what I'm saying? And don't reveal the
Staff
feature.
included.
Yeah, just, you know.
Now, I swear to God, if one of y'all tweet,
My man's in the back watching everybody, trust me. Hidden phones and all that.
right?
Nah, all right, so yeah, I'm gonna go to, have everybody heard all the singles already? I heard Rap Niggas and y'all heard Last Time I Checked?
Yes.
So we can skip them, we ain't gotta play them. We'll play something else for y'all. So I'm gonna play the intro. One of the things I wanted to do on the album, I wanted the production to be like a clear elevation from the mixtapes. And I wanted it to be obviously rap music, but I wanted it to be musical as well. And just, you know, go ahead.
Wait, you said you wanted to be musical as well, so as far as chorus and melodies, or?
Just the actual instruments is what I was talking about just right now, but
Okay.
that too. But on this one, you know, I really wanted to, you know, have a real musical backdrop to what I was saying and kind of score the lyrics. You know what I mean? So this one of the records that when we got this one done, I told all my producers, like, this the sound of the album, just in terms of how dramatic it is and how the music accents what I'm saying.
Sure.
Clap it up. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I see what you're saying as far as elevating the sound and the production of it, because that sounds crazy. Like, if you starting off with that, that's setting the bar high.
Nah, thank you.
You
Thank
feel me? So I don't want to give away the full album, because I do feel like from what we've heard so far,
Yeah.
that is one of those albums that you literally just got to sit down, focus, and slap all the way through.
I think so,
Like,
too.
it's a story.
I think so too. Yeah.
So can we get one more?
Yeah, definitely. I'll play one more for you. And yeah, I think to your point, I made the album to be unfolded. You know what I'm saying? So like when you get it in your headphones and really catch every line and listen to what I'm saying, it's a theme through the whole project. And I'm excited to get it out, man. But I'm gonna play one more record that I'm really proud of. Let me get back to my iTunes. All right, so yeah, so this record is another feature. Again, I need y'all to work with me. You know what I'm saying?
How many features on the album? 3?
It's a couple. I ain't gonna say too much. It's a couple features on here. You know, it's rap lingo, but if you really listen to what I'm saying, I'm talking about a situation that really took place in my life, and I ain't gonna just be literal. I'll let y'all dig into it and listen to it.
Take that.
And I gotta take that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, thank y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's 4 of the records that I really connected to. It's other classic records on the album, but you know, for time's sake and just to make sure y'all got a surprise next week, ain't gonna play everything.
That's one of those you got to go get the pre-sale right now.
Y'all got to, man.
Everything that we've heard so far was fire. Everything had its own unique spin.
Right.
It wasn't the same old shit, because you know some people just like to make the same song over and over again.
Yeah.
But every song I felt like shows a different side of you.
Right.
And takes your musical elevation to the next level. So congratulations. I'm excited. It sounds like this could be a classic album.
Thank you.
Now, are there any last words you want to say to your fans before we let you go?
I appreciate y'all coming, really. You know, I'm excited on some music shit, really. Regardless of like the business side and everything that's gonna happen on business, I'm here as an artist, and I'm excited to put out new music and new art. It really took a while for me to get the album where it is, and I'm real confident in the music. You know, I take it y'all, I don't know how y'all won, but I figured I had to call in, and so I figured y'all fuck with me a little bit, you know. So I appreciate it, and I think that, you know, y'all will be impressed and appreciate the music when it come out. And you know what I mean? Y'all get online, and when it do come out, y'all at me and tweet me what y'all think, you know what I mean? And thank y'all. Love.
What day does it drop again?
It dropped February 16th, which is a week from Friday. So 8 days from today.
So basically, what you slapping All-Star Weekend?
Victory lap. You already know. Yeah.
Well, thank you again for sliding through. Cannot wait for the album.
Thank you.
My guy Nipsey Hussle, your girl Shay Diddy, it's 106 KMEL.
Bye.